Still can't get over how cool this place is. Yeah, a little bit. It's pretty cool. That did not fill me up.
Well, unfortunately, individual fruits are not exactly the most filling, but...
How did you know what I was eating?
Well, considering where we're standing... But I do have something that might be a little bit more... well, fulfilling.
I have plenty here. I grabbed some mandarins. And, yes, I was still wanting more after.
Yes, well, I put some fruit salad in there for you.
Thank you.
Well, looks like your former employees have all shown up here.
Yes, You can go home. Hans. Everyone's safe still? Oh yeah, just hanging out with the necromancers. I think Magnus is the only person that Xander cares for in Old Maroon, so he's trying to keep that connection, but everyone else is...
I see.
Well, you know.
Are they... well... so is my affiliation being a bit of a wear on relationships, or is it just Old Maroon is finally getting seen for what I believe it to be?
I think it is the latter. No, we have a general distaste for Old Maroon here at Emberfall.
I see. Well, I did hear a rumor.
Oh? Something
about a bit of a dust-up between Crux and Isabeau.
Well, I know Isabeau. I don't really know who Crux is.
Well, according to Max, her husband, or possibly former husband, well, he woke up to find himself underneath a table that had apparently been flipped by Crux at some point. And, well, that's about all I could get out of it. But, well, I'm not too certain that everything is as peachy as one might expect over there. But without, well, being able to actually get there and ask them, I'm not too certain of any of the details. That was simply the last word I heard from there.
I see. No, I don't know anything about what goes on in Old Maroon, really. I just know how... well, Darkhattons, for one thing. And how some within the walls conduct themselves.
Yes. Well, as I said, it's something I'll have to find someone who can get a little bit more detail. Or simply walk in the middle of there and, well, test my luck.
Send Ronan. I'm sure he's capable.
Yes, but I'm also certain that'll cost me a leg. I would say an arm and a leg, but, well, I only have one left to give, and I don't precisely want to, well, have to do the same thing again.
How did it go, Xander?
Disappointing. Like always, every time I visit Maroon, no one I ever want to see is there. I just operate on a different schedule than they do, sadly.
That is possible.
I'll just send them a letter. See if we can arrange something. How is your relationship with Magnus, at the very least?
Well, considering he was in that cave, I think it's fairly sour at this point. He seemed to be quite cross at the time.
That is unfortunate.
Yes, well, fortunately I've seen him repair my blades enough that I think I can figure it out.
Sorry. Right back.
It's mostly just star metal patches here and there. It's not the greatest work, but it's functional. I'm not exactly artisan with regards to just about anything, to be honest. I can get by, but, well, I think I'd prefer a professional to do it, but that's not exactly in the cards.
Takes a long time to master it. I find myself dipping into things, you know, jack of all trades, master of none, as they say. Zavul can repair your things, though.
Yes, well, like I said, I can patch my own things, but if I want anything new, I might need to ask Zavul instead of trying my hand in Old Maroon.
So he can make anything that Magnus can, I believe. Whether or not it's
Scoot, scoot,
degree
scoot.
of professional work, and that's up for debate.
Not quite.
Of course.
Though he will likely charge in
Dragon powder.
or dragon powder. Yes. He stopped accepting coin.
Well, what if I simply delivered a few crates of explosives, cut out the middleman?
Well, that would do just as well.
I'm sure if I delivered 3 crates, that would be
His
good
eyes
enough
are
for
getting
lifetime
deeper and deeper
repairs, yes?
purple. We're also edgy
would
with our
assume
purple
so. It's
eyes.
more than enough.
Well, I'd rather not have to worry about it too much. But each one of those crates is worth
Yes,
roughly
edgelords.
1,000 gold coins, I believe.
More than enough. Is there anyone in Old Maroon that you're friendly with at this point?
I think he's colored his darker.
Isabeau, I think, is the one that I'd be able to reach the most. She seems the most rational of the entire bunch. Magnus is probably a close second, but, well, he was nursing a pretty bad lump from Priska, so... Well, I don't think... I believe they think that I aided in the assault, or at least Lady Lily does. And what she believes, everyone else tends to follow.
It's unfortunate.
Well, I will have to petition them eventually to finally figure out precisely what they think of me, but I figure a few days to cool down would probably be the better alternative to just storming in there.
I think approaching Isabeau might be the best way. She's a lot more reasonable than, say, the priestesses.
Yes, especially that one Ima. She was basically asking to have Priska use her mace in a very unflattering way.
Was this before or after she was defeated?
After. Once they collected themselves, Ima was continuing to push.
Hey, stop it!
At that point,
You're bad dogs.
I sort of put myself between them because I didn't want to see anyone die at that point. And, well, the way things were going, I'm fairly certain that it would have been Old Maroon losing them numbers.
Yes. I often find it to be quite distasteful if you are bitter after defeat.
Well, this is also why I tend not to get in the thick of things most of the time. But
Quite
that was a... Yes, but that was a...
You're being naughty.
Particularly nasty situation, and, well... I think being the one that was hated is probably better than being the one that comes to collect the bodies.
Well, at least they didn't come and try drag you through the streets. Look for some sort of justice.
Well, I don't know if any of them actually know where I live. I haven't had any visitors out there that I remember from Old Maroon, though I'm certain if they asked the right people, they would not necessarily understand that giving away my location is not a good thing.
You see. Well, I'll speak with Isabeau and ask what the general mood is now, I guess. If I can catch up to her.
I would appreciate that. I did send them a letter, but it was perhaps a little harshly worded, but I did address it to Isabeau, so hopefully, if it did reach anyone, it did reach her.
It depends. I'd hope that they would leave their letter sealed. But
well,
since it came from you, I wouldn't be surprised if they just tore it open.
Well, this is why I didn't sign it. I simply had it anonymously addressed to, well, Isabeau.
I'll ask. I know that she was injured recently, so she has been, I think, confined to bed rest.
Well, according to Max, she's been up for the last 2 days, roughly, but she was confined to bed for a while. And apparently this incident was, well, the same night as the raid on the Crystal Cavern.
Oh.
So, as I said, details are very sparse, so I don't have much to work with.
haven't really seen many of the priestesses apart from Trish. Probably still injured, I suppose.
It's possible. Though I will say the worries about reading mail might be very apt. I believe Yoshi let me know that letter he had addressed specifically to Crux, I believe, was, well, inquired about by someone else.
Did he mention what this letter was?
No, only that it was a private communication directly at one person that someone else happened to read.
Very interesting.
Yes, well, perhaps, as I said, not all is well in the town of Old Maroon.
Sure seems like it.
What do you mean?
Well, what he's saying. It sounds like there's things going on.
Oh, I thought there was something more.
No. I'm...
It sounded like a leading sentence into something
No,
worse, and I was
I'm just
bracing for it.
participating in the conversation. Because I don't have anything else to say on it. Because I don't know anything about it other than what I've heard here. Just try to be included, man!
A bit of mistrust, I suppose.
Well, I hate to say any group having their issues is a good thing, but, well, for us it might be. Or for me, at least.
I'm going to say, I don't see how it really helps me, but you for sure.
Well, if Old Maroon does show its colors a bit more and decides it's going to push out and become the next problem that people are dealing with, if there is dissent in the ranks, it would take longer to do so. I mean, they were reaching across a river into a cave that they claim is close enough to be a problem for them.
I could see their worry. Just their handling of things. Much to be desired there.
Yes, I would have to agree. They gave very little warning. They were dismissive of any attempts at diplomacy. And then they gave 24 hours to vacate and were surprised when, well, that vacation was taken.
And it was Lady Lily doing all of the talking, right?
Entirely too much.
When I was there, yes.
Oh, I'm just thinking about the raid that we were witness to.
She seemed to be in control then that day, when they came back.
Yes, everyone was reporting to her. I assume she is the one who's in control of Old Maroon in general.
Yes, that does seem to follow the general idea. Everything seems to revolve around Lady Lily. Everything seems to revolve around what she says, who she says to do it to, and any friction is very much unappreciated.
Unfortunate. There are good people there that I am particularly fond. I wouldn't want to see them wrapped up in more messes like this.
Well, it is something that I don't think is worth dwelling on too much for right now.
I need to follow up with Magnus, because
We did? Torque?
there was
Why?
a person under his employ living in Old Maroon that we saw at the doorway to Pythagoras' home. I wonder if he questioned him.
Well, I believe that there was a rumor that Crux was at one of those meetings, yes?
Indeed, that's the person of who I speak.
Now, perhaps I'm misremembering, but I thought that... Let's see... Someone mentioned seeing him inside of of Pythagoras' first location. The one that I've never been to, the one before the Crystal Cave.
Yes, he was... I think he just came out from the portal. But we were out of earshot. He could have been just investigating it. But he ran away very suspicious-like. I guess he could have thought that we were the residents, maybe, and that's why he ran, but... I've never been able to catch up with him to ask him. So I asked Magnus to look into it.
I see.
He wasn't really hiding his face, but he was wearing different clothes.
Well, perhaps whatever this dust-up was might have actually been related to Pythagoras.
Dust-up?
Yes, the conflict between... were you here when I mentioned that? Apparently, according to Max, well, there was trouble in paradise between Crux and Isabeau, who are, well, according to Max, again, husband and wife, or, well, something close to it. And he mentioned waking up under a table because he had been sleeping in their room, in their house, and, well, all he knew was there was a heavy table on him, and, well, Crux was not there.
How unfortunate.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about this, would you? You seem to have some reaction.
I didn't know about anything until now. Well, that's not exactly the truth. I knew that there was issues. I didn't know that this happened, though. That there was a actual confrontation.
Yes, well, as I said, it's rumors. There are no details that I've been given other than there was, well, apparently a recreation of Carrion's little misfit. I don't know if there was any direct conflict or if it was just a lot of yelling and throwing of things.
It's not my place to speak on it. But there's a good chance it may get worse.
I see. Well, if you feel like domestic matters are not something you should speak on, then I will not push any further.
Yes. I'm sure the person involved would rather speak on it.
Yes.
Not my business. At least, not now. I hope it's not my business ever.
I think I'm going to go to bed early tonight.
Yes, I think it's, not much has happened, but it's probably a good idea.
Oh, I'm especially exhausted. But
Yes, I'm also somewhat tuckered out.
Well, rest up. I'm going to go to my tower and investigate. And read.
my tower.
Probably not sleep.
Go to my tower.
Well, if you do think of anything, don't hesitate to write.
This guy has an evil tower full of
Good night, Sark.
sorcery. Go to my tower.
I think I might be the reason why they were fighting.
Really? Why?
Yes. I tell you, but I don't really want to tell anyone, to be honest.
How did you manage to spark that?
I didn't do anything specific. It's just it looks like there was some problems between them. I don't know what. But Isabeau confessed that she has some sort of attraction to me.
Okay. She's married though, right?
Yes. And I respect the sanctity of, so I would never. But perhaps things spilled out, I don't know. I may not have caused it, but I don't think I've helped the situation.
Perhaps not.
Just by existing.
It sounds like you have good cause to avoid her then.
She's a good friend of mine. I do like her.
I thought, did you ever make that apology?
Yes, I did. I did. That's where she told me about things. She was
I see.
hurt because, you know, it came from me. Yes, she has a very high impression of me.
I see. Alright, well, good night.
Yes. Tomorrow we will speak on things that I was meant to speak on tonight. It's just I woke up so late.
Well, so did I. I might be up slightly late. I'm not sure. I'll take the day as it comes.
Of course, of course. Oh, wow. This looks great.
What are you talking about?
Hora's outfit. Oh, my.
Yeah, I hope she likes it. I hope it all fits her.
I think she will like it. I hope it fits her as well.